So a lot of you guys made comments about our dull paint on our hood and fenders, and we had initially thought that it was just from the car sitting out in the sun during its previous ownership. It turns out that it was actually a really good clear bra wrap job. We didn't even see any indication of it being a clear bra until we looked really close and found a seam on the corner.
Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright.
This is only fender 1. You have the fender 2 and then the hood.
Driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright.
Hey, what are you doing over here, bud? Didn't we just put this bumper on?
We did, and it's nice and painted too, but not that we missed something, but we just didn't get to it before it went to paint.
What was that?
We are gonna put the throttle logo on the intercooler.
Ooh, right there?
Right there.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Yeah, man, that's how you gain a
How many horsepower does that give you? 100?
100.
All right, so how are you gonna accomplish this?
First things first.
Oh, that's a pretty nice shirt you got there, bud.
Oh, thanks, man. A good friend of mine.
I'm actually honored that you're wearing that today.
So we're gonna take the bumper off, and then I printed some stencils that we're gonna put on.
Where are the stencils at?
In my office. I think you should go get it.
This guy has an office? What am I, chopped liver?
Come on, baby girl.
Aha! He wasn't lying. He did make stencils. All right, we got tons of sizes here. He's gonna get the bumper off, and we'll decide which size we're gonna use to paint this intercooler. This is just solely for the hot boy points. I don't think this really accomplishes anything other than looking cool. All right, now we have full access to the intercooler. Man, that thing looks pretty mean in there. I like it. Brake ducts. Oh, well, Ricky was a little slow with the camera. I didn't ripped off the
No, you just way too
mat.
fast.
So that's how it looks. Hopefully that'll peek through the opening of the BMW bumper. I think it's a cool look. Put our little stamp on her.
Hey.
Hey, Rick.
The next day.
All right, guys, well, I heard some noise out here in the shop, and I smell some delicious Meguiar's detailing products happening out here. That can only mean one thing. My buddy Ricky is out here clay barring the roof. Why in the heck are you doing that, Ricky?
Well, this roof is very, very rough, and before we throw the vinyl on it.
Wait, what? They don't know about that yet.
Oh, we're gonna wrap the roof black, come on.
Yeah, so to match up with some of this carbon bits that we've put on here, we're gonna go ahead and black out the center section of the roof. So basically, following the glass line up, we'll cover over this trim molding as well as the roof, and then following the glass line here as well. So it'll give us a nice black center section on the car. The A-pillars and the rear pillars will all remain red, this portion. I think it's a good look. I think it'll look nice, but we won't know until Ricky's done doing a little quick Meguiar's detail on here with our clay bar and a buffer. Gonna make sure the paint's in good shape before we put this vinyl on. That way when it comes off, there's no surprises underneath.
Yep.
All right, so while Ricky's working on buffing out the roof and getting it nice and shiny and clean for us, I went ahead and laid out the vinyl here. I bought 8 feet by 5 feet of basically just a wrapping material. It's got an air release adhesive on the back side, and it's got a self-healing top side. So it should be a really good product for what we're trying to do here. And yeah, so I've got it ready. I've got a 6 by 5 piece here. I went ahead and took a quick measurement off the roof, and you want to leave yourself a bit of extra so you can stretch and move it as you need to. So once Ricky's done here, we'll go ahead and peel the backing off of this piece and get it up onto the roof and start laying it out. All right, so I went ahead into the office and I grabbed video editor extraordinaire Victor, and obviously Ricky's here is buttoning up the last bits off the roof. We're gonna go ahead and peel the backing off this vinyl and lift it up onto the roof. It's good to have 3 people to do this so you don't botch it. black roof wrap all knocked out. Looks pretty dope. Overall look at the car, I think, is really coming around. Black and red is the theme. Black and carbon. Looks pretty mean with the black roof. I wasn't sure at first, but I actually really do like it.
I kind of want to do the stinger now, the same color.
Alright guys, well it's time for me to do a little unboxing here. We got some great packages in the mail today, or I should say from our UPS guy. So I'm gonna go ahead and crack these open. It's pretty obvious that these are from AccuWear because they've got this tape on here that says their name all over it. We're gonna go ahead and have a look, see what's in this box. Mickey's back here just working on a 335. That's what you hear. Anyway, in this brown box here, we've got a bunch of great stuff from AccuWear. One thing I love about AccuWear's product is it's all super well boxed and labeled. This is our touchpad for our AccuWear E-level system. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this open because I think the touchpad is one of the coolest parts of their product line. Call me crazy, but I know it looks like an old iPhone, but it's also very well made out of aluminum in a nice black finish. And the best part about these touchpads is the little bit of weight that they have to them. It makes it feel really nice and expensive. The rubber touchpad buttons are satin black. Really nice feel and touch to these things. It's a lot nicer than the cheap plastic ones that a lot of the other Air kits come with. And it also has two plugins, one on the bottom and one on the back. So depending on how you want to mount this thing in the car, you've got access to the power plug. Really nice part. And then we have the cable that it plugs into, and this goes back to our E-level ECU. Here we have a 3/8 inch plumbing kit. I'm not actually going to open this up on camera. Pretty self-explanatory 3/8 line plumbing kit for the airlines. This is our Endo compressor analog adapter harness. This is the brains, well, aside from the E-level, this is the brains of the operation. So this has a little LED light on it, and essentially what happens is this thing flashes different colors and lets you know what's going on with your tank and compressor and E-level system. Any malfunctions, or if it's functioning properly, it's going to tell you, and this is a cheat sheet that tells you what those flashes mean. We've got our 3/8 inch line. They always send plenty of this so you can plumb up any type of vehicle. Here we have the mufflers for our air tank. And what these do is when air is exhausted out of the tank, these are out of the valves, you basically have these in place, it quiets it down. And this is the box. Again, AccuWear goes overboard with the packaging, which I can appreciate. So this is our E-level system. We've got an instruction manual and an owner's manual, user's manual. Right on top. I think they put them on top so that people will actually see them and use them.
Like, don't miss them.
And then we've got the hardware and the actual brain. So this is our E-level computer or ECU. Nice sealed unit, looks nice. And again,
I remember this.
This is one thing that gets hidden away in all the installs, but man, you really could put it on display.
Yeah.
And you saw the connector for the touchpad that plugs into one of these ports here. The other ports are for the height sensors, power, and tank. So what else is in this box here?
There's gotta be something on there. A big box for it.
Yeah, so this plugs into the E-level ECU, and then this has our fuses on it, and this is our ignition power, our switch power, constant power, blah, blah, blah. This is our height sensor wiring. So one of these wires goes to each corner, and one of these connectors goes to each one of our height sensors, and then this plugs into our E-level ECU as well. Here we have our height sensor arms, and then we've got 4 boxes in here. These have to be our height sensors, and then in here we have our height sensor linkage hardware and mounting hardware. So this is our height sensor. It's a really nice potentiometer type sensor. Plastic arms with a nice little AccuWear logo, and these are plastic for a reason, guys. I know everybody says, oh, put a nice billet arm on there. Well, they're plastic so that they break first before anything else. So that's why AccuWear retains them in a plastic format. All right, so that's the E-level side of things. And then we have the, I guess it's basically the showpiece of the system.
Right.
Which is the CVT tank. And to do a little more explaining on that, I mean, you have a standard air system in your car, which is considered basically a traditional air system. And I also had one in my wagon. And that's essentially an air tank or air tanks that hold air. That's their whole job, is to hold air and feed it to the airbags when you either select a setting or add air. And then you have an external air pump or two in some cases. Some people like to have two to pump up the air faster. What's cool about what we have here is this is AccuAir's CVT. It's called an Endo CVT. Endo meaning everything's inside, and then CVT stands for compressor, valve, tank. So what's cool is you used to have like a valve block. Oh yeah, more too. And the valve block would be mounted separately, and that was oftentimes a showpiece in a lot of people's installations. But in this case, AccuAir had the forethought to actually say, you know what, we're gonna put this all into one tank. So now we have one 5-gallon tank. This is our plumbing. And essentially this thing contains the whole setup besides the ECU and its components. So our compressor's inside here, our valves are in the end caps, our power and all that stuff plugs into these end caps here as well. So essentially what you have is a tank, and then you hide everything else basically. So this is the only thing that's really visible, unless you can find a place to mount it underneath your car, which some people have done. I did it in my wagon. We had 2 3-gallon tanks under the car, which was really nice. So you keep your trunk space open. This one here is gonna go in the trunk of the 335. We may suspend it upside down, but the beauty of that is AccuAir includes these feet that snap onto the bottom of the tank and lock into place, and you can mount them anywhere. And the one thing I really like is this sweet template they send. So basically what you do is you use this template and locate it in your trunk where you want it, and then you can just drill through it. It's just a light plastic, and you can use it to mount the feet and stuff really easy. It also has a lot of the dimensions built into it, so you can measure things out off of this template. Really nice piece. It's a good thought. I like it. We're not going to install this today. We just wanted to unbox it to show you guys what we have in store for the 335i. It's one of the components that I think is going to put that car over the top. It's going to make it look super aggressive when it's lowered all the way to the ground. And we're going to pair this air system with a set of universal air struts. Those are being custom made at the moment for the car, and we should have those next week. So once we have all the stuff, Ricky and I are going to go ahead and tackle this installation on the 335i, and then we can air this thing out at all the meets. It's going to be awesome.
It looks good now, but it's going to look way better.
It's going to look way better, and it's going to ride better too. Yep. So shout out to AccuAir. If you guys are in the market for an air system, feel free to click the link in the description down below. We do sell this product, and you can buy it from us at really good pricing. So check it out on our website. Click the link below. Guys, before I thank you for watching the channel, I want to let you know you got to get your entries in to win this car. If you like the 335i manual turbocharged BMW that we're working on here, definitely head over to the merch store, pick up some throttle merch, or if you're in the market for a new car part for your project car, buy it on our throttle shop. Every $5 you spend gets you entered to win this thing, and if you don't, you're gonna really miss out. So get your entries in as soon as possible. We're giving this thing away in just a few short weeks. What do you say, Rick? We out?
We out. See you guys.